Welcome into the Chiefs Report. I'm your host, Harrison Graham, and the Chiefs improved to 13-3 on the season with the 27-24 win over the Denver Broncos. Another game with the Broncos, another funky win, but that is the key. They did win the ball game by 3 points. Patrick Mahomes, not his best game, but it's kind of amazing. Even when he's a bit off, still goes 29 of 42 for 328 and 3 touchdowns. Big point in this game, Chiefs could not run the ball, didn't even really try to in this one. Something nice to see, Kadarius Toney, nice little game. Did have a fumble in this one, but he also had 4 catches for 71 yards as well. A lot to unpack here because good, they won. Bad, does this look like a team ready to go on a Super Bowl run? They obviously can, but I don't know. They've messed around with the Broncos twice. Harrison Butker missed another kick. I mean, this team doesn't have urgency at times. It's really, really frustrating, but stay with the positives for now. Chiefs win. Number 1 seed very much still in play. Type dub if you're fired up for another win. It's hard to be fired up, but hey, it was a big win. It's one you had to have if you wanted to get the number 1 seed. I'm fired up now. Type dub if you're fired up for another Chiefs win. If nothing else, like the video for that sneeze. That was more exciting than a lot of this Chiefs game, so let's make it happen. All right, you look at the Chiefs offense here. I mean, one-dimensional, right? I mean, 46 rushing yards, yikes. At times, that's been a problem. Recently, the Chiefs have been running it better, but not today. 328 through the air. Didn't give up a sack. That's a positive. Orlando Brown continues to play better after a rough first half of the season. Not good on third down, an area Kansas City's very good at. Not today, 2 of 9, but didn't give up a sack, like I said. More look at the quarterback here. I mentioned 29 of 42, 328, 3 touchdowns. Red zone pick, though, it's like, come on, man. You got to clean that stuff up come playoff time. So not trying to be nitpicky. This is the guy who's probably going to win MVP, but there's just little things that this team does, and it's like, is that team going to win the Super Bowl? They could. Some might even say they should, but there's just little things that you look at this, you're like, how is this team beating the Broncos by 3? I mean, Nate Hackett gets fired. Come on. Put this team away. It took 4 quarters to do it. Running the football was a huge issue, like I said. Pacheco, 31 yards, did find the end zone, got pay dirt, so that was nice. Mahomes has been a pretty effective runner this year. Didn't do much of that today, though. McKinnon, not much on the ground. He was very good again in the receiving game, though. I mean, Jerick McKinnon continues to be one of your most reliable weapons overall. He had 5 catches for 51 yards and a couple touchdowns receiving. I think he had, 5 touchdowns in the last 3 games coming in, so now he's got 7 touchdowns in the last month. I mean, that's really good. Jerick McKinnon catching the football is an absolute weapon. He's going to be your most reliable running back come playoff time. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Kadarius Toney, some good, some bad. He fumbled a punt, but 4 catches, 71 yards. That's nice to see. I think I said earlier or on our preview this week that get him more involved. I want to see more Kadarius Toney, and he led the team in receiving with 71 yards. So that was a positive as well. Punt return continues to be a nightmare for this team. He didn't muff the punt. He caught it cleanly, but then he fumbled it after he returned it a bit. Not the best year for Chiefs special teams. I mean, in fact, it's been a disaster, if we're being completely honest. But good to see Toney get more involved. Hopefully that continues to be the case moving forward here. Who was today's MVP against Denver? I'd still probably give it to Mahomes. 330 and 3 touchdowns with 1 pick. I'd go Patrick Mahomes. McKinnon could certainly be in that mix as well. But let me know what you guys think. Who was today's MVP against the Denver Broncos? If you want free videos all season long, make sure you hit that subscribe button here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report. We're going to have you covered with the latest Chiefs news, rumors, playoff picture updates, which stay tuned later in the video. We'll update you guys on the AFC Playoff Picture. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be the channel for you this Chiefs season. All right, let's look at the defense. Some good, some not great. 307 allowed, 190 passing, 117 rushing. Good on third down defense, got 4 takeaways. But again, looking at the team stats here, this team, just inconsistent, right? They get 2 takeaways. So that was nice as Russell Wilson, I think, had a fumble and a pick. Is that correct? Yeah, 1 pick, 1 fumble. 26 of 38, 222, 3 total touchdowns for Russ. And this one did also have 2 rushing touchdowns for Denver. So he played better than he has most of this season, but still not great. Chris Jones continues to have a monster year, had another sack in this ball game. I think he should be in the mix for DPOY. I don't think he'll get it. It'll probably be Nick Bosa, but he definitely deserves some consideration in my opinion. How about George Karlaftis? Had a sack as well. 4 sacks for Kansas City. Jones, Karlaftis, Trent McDuffie on a corner blitz had one, and then Carlos Dunlap. No, not Dunlap. It was Kalen Saunders got the other one. Dunlap had a TFL, but Karlaftis adds to his sack total as well. I thought L'Jarius Sneed bounced back. He needed to have a bounce-back game. That was one of our keys to victory. A couple tackles, had a breakup and an interception, so that's very nice to see as well. So, look, you don't want to give up 24 points to Denver, but I think some positives for Kansas City on that side of the ball in this game overall. Final thoughts on the game, and then we'll talk about the playoff picture. Again, just inconsistent. Like, this team should be better than this. Like, they're 13-3. It's hard to bitch. I get that, but just tighten things up. I mean, you only got one more game, and then it's the playoffs. So we'll see how they play next week. Obviously, it's a must-win to try and get the number 1 seed. They'll go to Vegas, and we'll go from there. But Chiefs won 27-24. Thanks to BetUS for sponsoring today's show. If you bet on the Chiefs, they did not cover. But if you want to bet on the Chiefs next week or other NFL games, if you want to bet on tomorrow's big Bengals-Bills game, Monday Night Football, we'll talk about that one in a sec as well. Do it with BetUS. Create an account today at chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use our promo code Chiefs125, put down $100. They will give you $125 for free. Last I checked, that game was a pick'em for Monday Night Football, so if you're feeling one way or the other, be sure to go put your money where your mouth is with BetUS. All right, we'll talk about the playoff picture, then we'll get out of here. Technically, the Chiefs have the 1 seed as of now, but obviously if Buffalo wins on Monday night, they would move back into that number 1 seed spot. We'll take a look at the rest of this, then we'll circle back to Cincinnati, Buffalo. That number 4 seed, going to come down to Week 18. Jags won this week, Titans lost. Doesn't matter. If the Titans beat the Jags next week, they win the AFC South. If the Jags win, they win the AFC South. And winner of that game is going to be the 4 seed. Loser pretty much all but certainly is going to be eliminated. There is a scenario where the Jags could get the 7 seed if they lose, I believe, but that's very unlikely. Baltimore probably going to be firmed in at that 5 seed. Maybe the Chargers catch them there, but those teams have clinched. New England with the huge win over Miami, who's lost 5 in a row, and Teddy Bridgewater got hurt, so they had to go to their third-string quarterback, Skylar Thompson. So now New England, if they beat Buffalo next week, looks like they're going to be the 7 seed. Dolphins, Jets, Steelers, all still alive. Technically, Tennessee and Vegas is, but the avenues for those teams, again, for Tennessee, it's either division or bust at this point in time. Now, when it comes to the number 1 seed in the AFC, for Kansas City, it's simple. Win Week 18, Bills got to lose once. Well, their best chance to lose is this week at Cincinnati. Pick'em game on Monday Night Football tomorrow night. 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. We'll be monitoring this game, of course, very, very closely. So we will see what happens in this one. But go Cincy, go. If Cincinnati wins this one and Kansas City can win next week, the Chiefs would get home field advantage in a first-round bye, and that would be monumental, especially for a team that I don't think is playing their best football right now. I think the Chiefs could use a week off and reset a little bit and gear up for that divisional round in a few weeks from now. So we'll see what happens. If the Bengals win on Monday, Chiefs in a good position. If not, you still play to win next week and hope the Bills lose to the Patriots, which could happen, but obviously less likely than losing to a team like the Cincinnati Bengals. Couple injuries to discuss as well. Joe Thuney left with an ankle. Sky Moore with a hand injury. We'll see how severe those end up being. Obviously, especially in Thuney's case, a key contributor to this team, especially up front. So something to monitor as we progress throughout the week. All right, there you go. Grade the Chiefs' performance against the Broncos. I'll give it a C. They won, so it's a passing grade, but it's not a stellar grade. I'll go C for Kansas City. I will say this: their dominance over Denver has been incredible. What's that? 15 in a row, whatever it is. I mean, that's something to behold. A, B, C, D, or F. Grade the Chiefs' performance today, and we'll see you next time here at the Chiefs Report.